In May this year, the Electricity Company of Ghana proposed to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission an increment in tariffs by 148%, with a 7.6% average adjustment between the periods of 2023 to 2026. The ECG explained that their proposal was aimed at recovering and sustaining its operational costs. Similarly, the Ghana Water Company Limited also proposed a 334% increment in its tariffs to be able to at least recover its costs. The GWCL contended that while the average tariff per cubic meter in 2019 was $1.27, same was reduced to $1.13 as a result of the depreciation of the cedi, which affected its ability to carry out repairs and replacements of aged and obsolete equipment and pipelines. At a media engagement in Accra, the Executive Secretary of PURC, Dr. Ishmael Aka, explained factors that led to the decided percentage.
If you take Ghana Water, their investment over the past 10 years and how it has been, we adjusted this by inflation, again to compare with their figures. Then we invited them to come and defend, one, how much the investment will help them reduce losses, serve customers better, and improve their operations. So if you come and you don't really tell us, defend what you put in. So for instance, not Ghana Water, but let's say a particular utility wants to buy, let's say 10 V8 vehicles next year. How is that going to affect customer service? How is that going to reduce losses? If you can't defend that, we can't put it in, because at the end of the day, it's a two-way affair. What you want and what the customer can pay. And if the customer also feels it's not justified, we are the referee, we should not allow that to pass.
So are you saying they couldn't justify what they put in?
So, as I said, some of them, not everything. So, not that they didn't justify. Yes, I need this, but why do you need it? Okay, when we get it, it will enhance my operation. How will it affect your operation? So these are questions we asked. So most of them justify most of the investments, but some of them we had to take them out.
The upward adjustment for electricity tariffs affect residential and lifeline consumers, other residential consumers, non-residential consumers, among other categories. Lifeline consumers who utilize between 0 to 30 kilowatts per hour have witnessed an increase from 32.60 pesos to 41.91 pesos. Other residential customers who consume power between 0 to 300 kilowatts per hour are to pay 89.04 pesos as compared to 65.42 pesos. Those who consume above 600 kilowatts per hour will pay 128.40 pesos. Non-residential customers include hairdressers and beauty parlors or salons, barber shops, tailoring and dressmaking shops, welding, mechanic, vulcanizing and carpentry workshops. These groups of persons are bound to pay 83.78 pesos for consuming power between 0 to 300 kilowatts per hour. Consuming between 300 and 600 kilowatts per hour would attract 89.16 pesos, while above 600 kilowatts per hour would attract 133.09 pesos. How would ECG distinguish between lifeline and non-residential consumers who operate from home?
We are working with ECG to address two things. One, businesses in the house, and two, lifeline consumers who live in compound houses. So with the lifeline consumers who live in compound houses, I think what ECG wants to do is to implement what we call load limiters. When it comes to businesses that are operated in the house, I think we're also working with the ECG. They've started doing meter audit to know what you are even using the power for and all that. And after this audit, I think that some of these benefits can be rolled up. They can be charged as non-residential consumers.
Some Ghanaians are, however, of the view that the current economic situation is unfavorable for an upward adjustment.
This adjustment, eventually the poor is going to suffer for it, because looking at the current situation that the country is facing, higher inflation, our city is not doing well because of the dollar rate. Now, as of yesterday, the dollar has increased. Okay, so eventually the city is going to depreciate. And looking at the economic factor now, and this utility has been increased, it's going to be a higher blow on the economy.
First of all, the government should have been increased with the workers our salary, because we are in hard time. We pay school fees, we pay water bill, we pay tariff, electricity, etc., etc.
But the Ghana Water, for instance, asked for over 300% increment, and PURC has brought it down to under 30.
It's still unfortunate for Ghana Water, because you walk around and you see some water leakage somewhere flowing just like that without doing anything about it for about 1 week before maybe the problem will solve. So if only this thing will come on, it will favor us with the workers.